Tennessee, and the zip is 37642. Or call Brother Sam at 423-276-2565. And now, Evangelist Sam Babb with the Gospel Drivers Ministry.
Good morning, friends, and God bless you this morning. We come together this morning in the Word of God. Something came upon me there. I've been sitting around studying, doing a little bit. And if I had a title of message this morning, I had about 3 different things that came to mind. And I'm going to let you ponder about them this morning, how they apply in your life, and let you title it the way you need to title it this morning. The first one would be, don't let your light burn out. And the other one would be, and don't hide it under a bushel. And the third one is, don't let Satan blow it out. So as you kind of get a concept there of what the message is, and my wife's been going around with the song, this little light of mine stuck in her head. So as we see that this morning, we see the concept of what the message pertains this morning. I ask you pray for me this morning. I'm a little stopped up, not wanting to talk as good as I can, but I just ask you pray with me this morning. But anyway, as we go into it, I want to look at something this morning. What would happen without a light? What would happen without light? So we look at that this morning. To understand how to be a light in the world, we need to know where the source comes from. In this sense, we are talking about a figurative light. A light that is not physical, but it sheds light on our minds to help us understand and be able to acknowledge the meaning of life. We are talking about what gives purpose and hope in one's life. So what is the source of our life? We're going to take the sun for an example this morning, just for a moment. The sun, without the light of the sun, all life on earth would end. The sun is the engine that drives our planet. No light equals no photosynthesis. All vegetation dies. Further, if there's no light, there is no warmth. The planet freezes over and the planet dies. So think about that this morning, how significant that is for us. If the sun dies and it disappears all the way around on this earth, think about what that does. I want you to just ponder about that just a moment. As you ponder about the title in your life, ponder about that just a moment, about if we hadn't have a sun, what that would mean for us as humans here on this earth. Then I want you to just take a moment and think about the light of Jesus. So as we go on down the message here, it tells you here, the Bible teaches that Jesus is the source of our light, and in fact is the light of all men. The Apostle John declared, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. That's found in John 1, 4, 5, and 9. Jesus is indeed the source of light in our lives. He is the light of the world. John 8:12 tells us that. In Jeremiah 31:35 we see it says, thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. Have you ever stopped to consider what light does for you? Light can guide your path. Light can show you the clear and narrow way. Light makes things grow. Without light in the world, we would be, as Jesus said in Matthew 15 and 14, blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall in the ditch. This morning we're going to go into Matthew just a moment in chapter 5 to get the verses from our text this morning. This morning we're just going to look at that. As you can see kind of where this message is going this morning. What's important to me, the light of Jesus this morning. So in Matthew chapter 5 is where we're going to get the message out of just a moment. We're going to start off in verse 1 and just read where the Lord tells me to stop. Amen. It says here, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted, the righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before ye. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its favor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and giveth it light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men, so he shall be called the last in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to stop there just a moment. Friends, we are the representatives of the light today. When Jesus gave the Great Commission to the apostles and Paul to Timothy, they were to go into the world and preach and teach the light of the gospel. And that shows you that in Matthew 28, 18 and 20, Mark 16, 15 through 16. You'll find that in Luke, 2 Corinthians, and 2 Timothy this morning, as it tells us to go into the world and preach and teach the light of the gospel. Today we represent the source of light in the world. Those who pervert the light are false representations of light. Tells you that in Galatians 1, 6 through 9. The light of false, the prophets there, those who pervert the light are false representatives of light. Those who mislead and misguide folks are the blind leaders of the blind. So as we look at that this morning, just a minute, as we come to you there, we see there, blessed are they that mourn, blessed are the meek. We look down through here from verse 3 down to 12. It tells you all in there, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you. We look down through each one of these verses there. We see there what the Lord tells us, how you're blessed this morning, but you break one of these commandments. It tells you there in 19, but whosoever shall do, I'm sorry, not verse 9, 19, it tells you there, whoever shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. This morning I want to come to you just a minute and ask you if you're being a light for Jesus this morning. I want to bring to your attention something that's been on me, something I shouldn't have to talk about this morning. But I want to talk about the hypocrisy just a moment of the church, amen. I just want to speak on just a moment. It's been something that's been a burden on me for a little while, but I want to speak on the hypocrisies just a moment. Friends, I just want to speak on a few of these things, but I tell you this morning, if you're As it tells you there, the least of these shall teach and be the least in the kingdom of heaven this morning. I tell you right now, friends, if you're these hypocrites and hypocrisies in the church, having the groups and the settlers in the church, having your own people in the church, it ain't going to cut it, friends. I tell you right now, you ain't being alive for Christ this morning. For those that act these parts, friends, for the hypocrisy, for the hypocrites sitting in the church, talking behind one another's backs. That was a big thing that came across me within this message that I was studying this morning. Talk about people behind their backs, but you talk good about them to their face. How we're all such good Christians. We love one another, but you're ready to hang on the next day with your other friends. Friends, I'll tell you right now, from what I've been told, looking at these scriptures, what the Lord's laid upon me, you too shall have the least in the kingdom of heaven. Amen. I tell you there, it says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger. I tell you right now, friends, blessed are the merciful, the pure in heart this morning. That's what the Bible tells us this morning. Blessed are the pure in heart, the peacemakers, those that are being persecuted in His name's sake. This morning, are you being that light for Jesus? Are you being a light that He's needing you to be? Are you letting your light burn out this morning? Are you letting your light be blown out by Satan? Just as I spoke on before, you either have two choices in this life. You either live for Satan or you're living for the Lord. Amen. That's only two options you got when you leave this world. Amen. You may say I'm preaching a little too blunt to you, but I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to tell you like it is this morning. There's only two that you're going to live for on this earth. There's only two options that you're going to go to on the other side. You either make it to heaven or you make it to hell. So that's your choice on this earth. You either live for Satan or you live for the Lord this morning. So you either letting your light shine or you're letting your light be blown out this morning. I tell you right now, I've seen too many people going to the altars, bowing down to the altar. They'll sit there, but what I find kind of breaks my heart, once they hit the altar, they come back up. I'm just judging by the fruits they bear this morning. You may say, preacher, you can't judge me. I tell you this morning, I'm judging by the fruits you bear. That's what the Bible tells me this morning. I have the right to do that, and I hate to tell you this morning, but if you go to the altar this morning, you went to the altar yesterday, and you bowed down, and you rose up, the same person that you went up to the altar, you rose up the same, you didn't have a change, then you ain't saved by the grace of God this morning. If you rose up the same man that went down, you ain't the change, you ain't got the love of Christ in you this morning. You ain't saved by Christ this morning if you're the same man that went down. But if you went up yesterday morning or last time you went to the altar, you went up, you bowed down at that altar, you gave your heart unto the Lord, you gave everything you had, you came back up a new man, you came back up a new creature, then you are saved by the grace of God, because the Bible tells us you become a new creature in Him. Amen. You no longer desire the things of the world. You no longer desire the lustful things, the sinful things no more. I love to hear some people how they proclaim they love Jesus, but the same ones have about 100 curse words to their name. By the time they end a conversation with you in 5 minutes, they've said more cuss words than they have about Jesus. But you ask them, do you believe? Yeah, preacher, I believe. But you ask them, are you saved? Yeah, I believe I'm going to heaven. Well, just like I've told several of them, I don't think you're going to heaven. Preacher, don't judge me this morning. I'm not not judging you. I'm just telling you like the Bible tells me. I'm just telling you like the Bible tells me to tell you that I'm judging you by the fruit you bear. You're sitting around living like that. You ain't saved. You ain't going to heaven. You ain't going to do. You ain't got the love of Christ in you this morning. That's what the Bible tells me this morning. That's what the Bible tells me this morning. And if you read it a little bit, that's what the Bible might tell you. Amen. I just tell you this morning, are you living for the Lord? Are you living for Satan this morning? Are you letting him win your battleground for you? Are you letting the Lord win it for you? Are you letting your light be shining on to others? Our friends, that tells us this morning how to preach to all the nations, how to preach the gospel to all men this morning. I don't care if you're white, purple, black, Hispanic, what you are this morning. The Lord says I'm preaching to all men this morning, for He came to save everybody this morning, not just the blacks this morning, not just the Hispanics, not just the Jews, but thank God He came for the Gentiles too. I thank God this morning for the non-circumcised. I thank God this morning He came, and for us this morning, for every one of us on earth. But I ask you this morning, is your light shining? You being a light unto the world? Are you being a light unto Jesus this morning? I tell you right now, if you're saved, you're a child of God this morning. You're a newborn child and a king this morning. Why ain't you letting that light shine? I'm preaching to somebody this morning. It's all over me this morning. I don't know who you are out there, but I tell you right now, I know I'm preaching to your heart. I don't listen to the way I'm preaching this morning. I don't listen to the way I'm saying it this morning. I listen to the message this morning. I listen to what God's saying to you this morning. I listen to what's on your heart. I'm talking to somebody this morning. I'm telling you right now, it'd be a light unto Jesus. I quit giving it unto Satan this morning. I quit letting Satan guide your life for you this morning. We're in a spiritual battleground this morning. We're on that spiritual battleground. We're fighting for our life this morning. Are you winning that fight? Or are you losing it this morning? You don't want to lose that fight this morning. Once this body's laid down, once it's in that box this morning, once you're gone from this world, you ain't got a chance no more. There is no more hope in this world. Once you've left it, amen. Because you're either going to heaven or hell. If you lose this battle, folks, you let Satan fight your battle for you and you lose it this morning, then you're on your way to the devil's hell this morning and the battle's done over for you. But I tell you this morning, there's good news in knowing Christ loves you this morning. Get down and make it right. I tell you right now, friends, if you're living for the Lord, you're letting your light shine. Like I told my wife before, oh boy, I love getting up some of these old time saints. You can walk by them, just barely rub your elbow, boy, and you can feel something all over you. You can feel it all over you. I said, that's what I hope to have all my life, just knowing when somebody touches me or walks by me, they say, boy, I don't know him, but I want what he has, because I felt something all over him this morning. That's what I want this morning, is to know that when people walk by me, they can say, boy, I can feel something on that boy there as he walks. I want what he has on him this morning. I don't know what that is, but boy, I'd like to find out. I'd like to find out where they get it this morning. That's what it means to be the light of Jesus this morning. That's what it means to be the light of him this morning. I tell you this morning, we are the church. I tell you this morning, Luke 14 and 23, it tells us to go into the highways and the hedges to compel them to come into the house of the Lord, that my house may be fulfilled. I tell you right now, so many people talk about the churches. Boy, I didn't know I was going to go like this morning. Boy, I didn't know I was going to preach like this. I didn't know, Lord. The Lord's all over me this morning. This message is for somebody. Boy, I've done throughout every note I've even wrote down this morning. But boy, the Lord 14:23 tells us this morning how to go into the highways and the hedges this morning. Are you doing that this morning? You can't sit in one church and preach preaching the same people day in and day out. You can't sit in one church day in and day out as a preacher, as a child of God. We gotta get out the church doors. We gotta get out the church, slip out the back every once in a while, go out to the highways and the hedges, compel them to come in. His house may be fulfilled. That's what the Bible tells us this morning. We gotta make them come. Let's do a little work for our churches. I tell you this morning, that church ain't nothing more than a building. We are the church this morning. We are the family of Christ this morning. The body of Christ, amen. I tell you this morning, that's what the Lord told us this morning. So you're either living for Him this morning or you're not. I tell you right now, friends, it's time to get back on fire for Him. Let's let our light shine this morning. Are you doing what the Bible's telling you to do? Are you being that light for Christ this morning? Are you doing as He's asking you to do, friends? I ask friends, you think about that this morning? Over in John 8:12, it told us there, they spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light. Shall have the light of life. Ephesians 5:8 tells us, for you were formerly darkness, but now you are light in the world, light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. Acts 26:18 tells us there to open our eyes so that they may turn from darkness to light and from the dominion of Satan to God, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and inheritance among those who have been sanctified by faith in me. Amen. I'll think about that just a moment in Acts 26:18, to open their eyes so that they may turn from darkness to light and from the dominion of Satan to God. I think about that just like I've been preaching on already this morning. You're either living for Satan or you're living for God this morning. You're living for one or the other this morning. Ain't no other way around. But I tell you this morning, Jesus is the only way to heaven. There ain't no other way. There ain't no other way this morning. Jesus is the only way. He is the truth, the life this morning, and the way. Praise God, amen. He is the only way. I don't care what your church says. I don't care what your people say. I worry about what my Bible says this morning. He is the truth, the way, and the life this morning. He is the only way to get you there. Through the blood of Jesus applied upon your life. Taking up that cross on Calvary. I praise God this morning. I thank Lord for Jesus this morning. I thank you, Lord, for that salvation. I tell you right now, friends, as I told you here, if you go down, you become saved, you become a new creature in Christ, amen. I tell you right now, friends, if you ain't living for the Lord, you ain't reading your Bible, you don't pick up that cross daily, then you ain't doing what the Lord's telling you to do. You ain't doing His commandments He's asked you to do. To preach to all the nations this morning, teach them a little bit. When you walk out to be a witness unto the Lord, try to get them to come into the house, amen. I tell you right now, as we come to a close this morning, I just want to come to you this morning. I want to ask you if you've been thinking about this morning, a couple of questions I asked you earlier. This morning we look at it like this. Do you represent the source? The question then is, do you represent light or darkness? Just like I said already throughout the message here, light or darkness, you already know Satan is the darkness, the light of the world. Just as we look back at the beginning of this message, we looked at the sun there. We see we're without the sun, praise God. We see there without the sun, the earth dies. So think about that this morning. Without the sun on this earth, the planet freezes over, vegetation dies, everything within it dies. So think about that this morning. If you ain't got the light of Jesus, you're going to eventually get cold. You're eventually going to have a cold heart. You're eventually going to freeze over. You're eventually going to die because you ain't got the warmth, the love of Christ in you. You ain't got you ain't got the supplies that you need to be pumping into your life. You ain't got those things needed in your life. If you ain't got Jesus, you ain't got that light of Jesus in you. I tell you right now, friends, it tells us already in the Bible, we know between heaven and hell ain't nothing but a dark pit. But praise God in heaven, there ain't no need for no sunshine. There ain't no need for no moonlight. Because Jesus is that light, amen. Jesus is the light this morning. Think about it this morning, friends. I ask you to think about it. Are you representing that light for Christ this morning? Are you letting Satan blow it out? Are you hiding it under a bushel this morning? We may think of the song, This Little Light of Mine. We may get to dancing a little bit and snapping our fingers and having a good time in the Lord, singing a good old childish song. But I tell you this morning, we can apply that in our lives. If you would just think about it just a moment, we can apply that in our lives. Because are you hiding it under a bushel this morning? Are you letting Satan blow it out? Are you just sitting there trying to let it go? Just let it burn out on you this morning? I tell you, friends, if you ain't got the light of Jesus in you this morning, I'm telling you, friends, you're on your way to the devil's hell this morning. That's what the Bible tells us. If you ain't got the love of Christ in you, then He will not know you. Amen. That's what the Bible tells us this morning. So the question is, do you represent light or do you represent darkness this morning? Think about it, friends. Which one do you represent this morning? Are you living for the Lord or are you living for Satan? Amen. What would we do if there was no Jesus? How could this world have any hope? Do you represent light or darkness? The world represents darkness without any light. So think about that. If you're living for the world represents darkness without any light. So how is this world to be a better place and souls saved if they don't receive the light of the world? John 8 and 12 right there. But you either represent Satan, a false sort of light, or Jesus, the true source of light. And you can find that in 2 Corinthians 11:14, and again John 8 and 12. So which is it? You either represent Satan, a false source of light, or Jesus, the true source this morning. So the choice is yours right there, friends. Which source are you going to represent this morning? Being a light in the world is the only hope for the world. So Jesus said, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on the hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and give us light to all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:14 and 16. If we represent the light of the world, then it will be known. Amen. Matthew 7 and 20. If you represent the light of the world, then it will be known this morning. Just like I talked about earlier, we judge by their fruits we bear this morning. If you're saved by the grace of God this morning, and you'll have good fruits of bearing among you this morning. But Lord, I'll tell you, if you ain't saved by the grace of God, you're living in this world, living for Satan this morning. You're going to bear bad fruits this morning. But I tell you, you might be able to hide it from me this morning. You might be able to hide it from your family, your loved ones this morning. But I tell you right now, you ain't hiding it from God. So I tell you right now, there's only, when you get to that judgment day, friends, you don't want to hear those words, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity, I never knew ye. You don't want to hear that, friends. So I just ask you this morning, are you representing the light, or are you representing the darkness this morning?
Friends, I pray for you this morning. If you've been convicted under the sound of my voice, friends, I just pray don't put it off until tomorrow. I just ask, friends, that you'll take it and that you'll get down upon your knees this morning, that you'll call unto the Lord for salvation this morning. Friends, I just pray for you this morning. Don't let it go unto where it'll be everlasting too late. Friends, I hope each and every one of you were blessed by this morning. I pray that you have a great blessed day. God bless you.
For me, on my